Hello again, pile number 1. So, if you picked this one, this is your message. So, here we go. Where am I putting this? Yes, there. So, we are going to start with this one. And yeah, I know this is about spellcasting, but I'm using it differently than it is intended. But this is how it works for me. And this, what I'm going to do for you is something I've done for myself. Not in the exact same way. I don't necessarily add cards to it. I just use this deck to see which energies are showing for me right now. And I think I'm going to do this, or maybe it's going to be more about the personal readings I do. I like to do ensuring right now, the next to ensure, and the next to come, you know, a sort of longer chain of energies ensuring. So I have to remember to say this to every pile now. But yeah, so here we go. So I think 2 or 3 cards. I'm going to see which cards come out. So pile 1, energies ensuring right now. Okay, so you have peace. So this is lovely to see. And first thing that is going to me, this can mean that you have peace around you, and so this confirms this idea that you're ensuring peace. Or if you're like, I don't have peace around me, this means that whatever you have been choosing to do and seeking to do, and if you've been healing, self-discovery, anything, this means that peace energy is ensuring for you right now. So it's like, it can be ensuring because it's been ensuring for a bit, so you're already going to see the result, or it's ensuring right now and it's recent, more or less, and it can be why it might not yet have a physical result currently right now, but in every case, this means that peace energy is ensuring for you right now. This is why I said this is lovely to see. So, and another thing is that, and again, I have to remember to say this to every pile. The thing is that at the end of the day, the energy I'm going to speak, it can be ensuring for you right now, or, you know, you're going to listen to this video, you're going to want this energy of peace, for example, and you're going to have messages that help you ensure it. So it's like it's energies ensuring for you right now, including if right now you choose you want this energy. So, and I have to remember to say this to every pile. Okay, which over here? Okay, this one. So now you have good luck. So good fortune, good luck. No, not money. And the little thing with this one, I'm going to say this is a sign with the black cats to see them as good luck sign. For me, they have become a good luck sign. So it's like, however you see black cats, now start to see them as this sign of good luck. Okay, are there, yes, thank you, the tune. You have confidence and travel. So, let's see, yeah. Are there over? No. And the little bonus is going to be empowerment. I like to look and see the little bonus. Just a few moments, I'm going to note what I want to not forget for the overpile. Which was, don't forget to say every pile. Okay, this is going to work. No, come here. So yes, this is noted. Right there. I'm going to see it. Good. So now we are going to use that to add to this. So what did I do with it? Oh yes. The organization. Okay. So what I can see is that there is the idea of peace and good luck. So this is like this sort of blessings around you. Confidence is an inner inside you, so this is about your inner confidence, And then the idea of travel is maybe you are preparing to travel already, or if not, this means there is travel energies that is entering right now. So this can be figurative travel, so for example a journey within, or a physical one, moving somewhere. We're going to see. So what can you add? Okay, so we have the Ace of Fire. What can you add? The Six of Earth. Okay. Oops. Okay. We have the Five of Earth, which was under the Three of behind the Three of Earth. So I'm going to put that here. And card 21, which is Perception. So let's see. Is there another? No. Yeah. So this is a bonus. Is a 5 of water, which is a lot about looking within and seeing things, and with confidence and perception, and the Ace of Fire. I would say that some of you, or all of you maybe, have been changing your perception of yourself, and this is what is bringing confidence. Or it's like I said, if it is that, like I said, some of you have been enjoying this for a while, or you already see the results. Some of you, it's recent, so you don't see, you're going to say, I don't feel confident, or I don't feel at peace, or anything. But some things that I'm going to say, you're going to say, for example, oh yes, I've been working on myself, my perception of myself, or seeing the things that have hurt me. So this is saying it's ensuring confidence. Or if you see this and you say, I want to feel confident, what I'm going to speaking is the ways you can. So with this bonus, it's the idea of looking at yourself. And with, like I said, with perception is changing the perception of yourself to bring to yourself to a place of this renewal and feel confident. And like I said, when I said peace and good luck are blessing to you, this is because, especially good luck, this is going to be, you can bless yourself with it. The way you act can bring you good luck. But especially good luck, this is the idea of other people, other entities that are wishing you good luck. And then peace is both a blessing and both something you've been growing. And again, so this can indeed speak of an internal journey, a travel within. So of course, physical travel is still possible, but with the way the cards are for now, this does seem to speak primarily of internal travel. So I want to see something. So the 3 of Earth and the 5 of Earth. Donc, the 3 of Earth have the keywords of ambition, sowing seeds, groundwork, energy investment, sacrifice, fertility, outcomes. Sorry, I'm going to drink. And the case sentences are time to make preparation, risking future goals and ambition, investment sacrifice equals reward, a time of restriction or adversity, people notice commitment and dedication, increase opportunity, be sure of your motives, maintain intimacy and connection. So this is really this card of planting seeds and growing them. So, and the thing is that with the 5 of Earth, it speaks of easy option, easy money, connivance, deception, unnecessary risk, addiction, blame. Avoid easy answers, think twice about taking risk, something is not as it seems, be honest with yourself, look beyond selfish desires and blame, gambling with another future or happiness, you are accountable, consider the feeling of others. So, I think some of you, it can be that you go back and forth between do I take a risk or not? And the thing is that you want to be honest with yourself. Something that is a risk or a sacrifice, you have to ask yourself if this is really what you want to do. No one else should be pushing you to do something. And then the idea that when you combine these two cards, it's the idea that you are planting seed, growing seed, and it's telling you don't take the easy road just to take an easy road. If you authentically want something that is more easier than another, you can. But if it's just a bit of like, especially if it's someone else trying to tell you, oh, this is easier to do, it's all about yourself, what you feel you want to do, and be it a risk, a sacrifice, easier or harder, it's about what you want to do. And of course, this can warn you to be careful of someone or people that might be tempting you with something that is not for you. And it's like, it's not necessarily ill-intended, it's just that maybe for them it works, but it's not going to work for you. So, and with the 6 of Earth, that is here, and I've closed the thing. 6 of Earth, thank you. Okay. Family, community, providence, protection, dependability, responsibility, duty, service, self-sacrifice, martyrdom. Responsibility and duty to family, give love, care and support, lead by example, a time of sharing, important matters need attention, learn about nature, protect the animal, forest and ocean, help for the right reason. So the thing that I'm going to say first is maybe what you have been sacrificing is yourself to help the community, the family, everything. And the thing is that if it is your true choice, and the thing is that it should be a choice that no one forces you or to take or stay in, and it should be your choice when you want to stop. Because the thing is that when you sacrifice and it's constant, when you're constantly putting others before you, there's always a moment you have to take care of yourself. And the thing is that with the other cards, confidence, the little bonus of empowerment, good luck, peace, and the bonus of this one, for some of you, this is something that you need to stop. It's an energy that is ensuring, so it's there, but it's like maybe it is the easy option to avoid or to stop taking, because sometimes we can feel it's hard, but it's easier to stay with the family, with the community, that take flight on yourself, to say, I'm going to take care of myself, I'm going to do my own path, and you can stay connected. The cards do encourage you to stay connected, but there's a point where you have to think of yourself, to take care of yourself. So it's like, these are the energies right now. So for some of you, it might be that you're going to say, yes, I want to change this. And for others of you, maybe you're going to see this and say, yes, I want to grow community. And especially, so this can be that you take instead of taking easy option, things that can be dangerous or risky or this type of thing that are not necessarily beneficial for you, this is the energy of planting, growing seed and growing your community. And it's like, maybe it's joining or being part of a community, or it can be creating your own community. And that would make sense with confidence. The confidence that you can be the leader of your own community. Alors, with perception, perception, understanding, worldview, opinion of self, clarity, objectivity, understanding. Perception shapes your worldview. Understand what your senses tell you. Knowledge and understanding are limited. Change perception cannot be unchanged. Emotion and belief can cloud perception. Take the high ground. Seek a new perspective. Challenge your perception. Vous influence our perception. Have all the facts. Represent yourself honestly. Watch for false perception. So, there is again the idea of the perception of yourself. How do you view yourself? Which again can play a part with having the confidence to make your own community. This can be about the idea, if you are part of a community, how do you view yourself and how the community make you feel? And it's like, when the cards say that your emotion and belief can influence your perception, it doesn't mean you have to ignore them. It's just that you have to see all the facts, all the things. So, what are your emotions? What are your beliefs? What do you perceive? And how do they relate? And ask yourself if you can see differently and how it's going to influence your emotion, your sensation, the way you think, the way you feel, this type of thing. And so another message is maybe that you are part of this community and it is changing your perception. So the question to ask, if your perception is changing of yourself or belief, is it something that you are happy with? Does it feel beneficial for you? And yeah, I keep forgetting that I'm speaking of energy and flowing right now, because energy and flowing right now and the messages, guidance of the present are similar. But you know, there is the idea of this is showing, this is around you. It can already have results or not, or it's something you can choose right now. So I have to remember to speak of all that. And Ace of Fire. New beginnings, initiative, action, conception, invention, creation, creativity, procrastination. New beginnings and opportunities. Actively pursue your goals. Take advantage of what's being offered. Move beyond research and planning. Wave your future into being. Take something old and make it better. Break with tradition and offer something new. Uncertainty and inspire procrastination. So there is first, I want to address the idea of not being certain. So we speak of really being certain, confident, to have the certainty and the confidence of what you want to do. And I can see that it really speaks of the idea of doing something. And so if you start doing something, a community, a project, changing your perception, this does mean that confidence, good luck, peace, travel are energy and flowing based on this. And really this card that is more about, being careful of the risk you don't have to take, the option that will be not beneficial for you. I think this is something that is living also. And so yeah, there is very... So like I said, maybe you've been growing something and you're seeing the good luck, the confidence, the peace, your perception changing. Maybe you're working on this. or maybe you are going to see, yes, this is something I want. Yeah, this is really, you know, planting, growing seed, growing your community, having, and this is funny because this is both like at the start and both at the end, in a way, which is the moment you decide to do something, when you're growing it, and then it's like the moment it's become real. And you know, when we speak of perception, it does relate to fire, the fire element also. Yeah. So I'm going to see now, we're going to see the crystals. So which crystal? I don't know. So we have inspiration. So this goes well with what we've been saying. And what else? What else? What else? Okay. So you have courage. So this goes well with confidence. And we have ground. Okay, so I'm seeing, yeah, and emotion. So yeah, I think, I would say, I feel, don't ignore your emotion, but don't let them cloud your what you're trying to do. So it's like you don't want to ignore them, your emotion, because they are going to say something, but you want to take them as indicators and not as your only, you know, and to really ground yourself, to center yourself, you know, to say, okay, I feel like this, but how do I believe? How do I view the world? How do I view myself? What is around me? How is this speaking to me? And see, for example, if you feel like you're sad, it's like, or fearful or angry, it's like, it's not about pushing it away or saying it's not going to tell me. You want to take it and see your situation or energies. So if, for example, you can be sad because you want to travel, you can be sad because you want peace, you can be sad because you want to do something and you don't feel able to do it. You can feel angry because, I don't know, maybe in the community there is something that is making you angry, maybe you're trying to do something and it's not working out as you, or it seems like it's not working out. You know, this type of thing, it's really placing everything together to be able to really see how it connects. So nothing cloud how your perception, but you don't push away anything. So with courage and inspiration, again, there is really this thing, like I said, there is this inspiration, this courage, this confidence. There is about yourself, the growing yourself, but again, this community, this project, maybe even, so maybe it is that some of you are in the process of taking care of yourself, of self-discovery, self-healing, etc. Some of you can be doing something with the community. Some of you a project. Some of you it can be everything together. And the thing is that, again, there is a lot of good luck being given to you, and there is this peace. So it's like there is a potential for peace and for this cycle to continue of good luck, but good luck continue to comes to you in cycle, you know, it comes, it comes back, etc. And the thing is that courage does relate also to passion, sort, you know, it's a bit of the fire inside you. So you have as you can see, the colors are more in the creation aspect. And you have the Ace of Fire, so there is also this idea of creating. This is why also maybe it's about creating your own community, going for your own community. And I'm going to see the Star Dragon. Yeah, this is my newer one. I really love it. So for page 1, what can you add? Okay. So this one is Resilience, Finding Your Limits, which I'm going to put there. Which one? And Dominance, Believing in Yourself. Okay, so this goes there, over here. I'm not surprised it's the dragons that are speaking a bit more. Okay, this one is Invention, Burning with Passion. Did I see properly the other one? And yes, this one. Surrender, letting go of the darkness. So, over here. Legacy. And the bonus is Legacy, Persistence. So, again, for some of... So for some of you, there is really this idea that both surrender and resilience are speaking of standing back up and letting go of everything that was clouding you. So again, the idea of surrendering, letting go of what is clouding you, clouding your perception, everything. And dominance is really about being the master of your own life. That in your own life, you are the dominant of your own life, the master of your own life. So again, there is this idea that I sense of not letting others influence you. So here we have. So I'm going to read because I do like the way the cards speak. So let's see. First, surrender, letting go of the darkness. So each card is associated with constellation and star in the constellation. So this is the constellation of Lepus. I'm going to show. I don't know if we can see. The Har, and the star is Arneb, Alpha Leporis. So I'm sorry because I'm probably going to pronounce half French, half English. Okay. So, and then you have these cards associate the imagery of the dragon with the constellation and a humanoid figure as the herald of the constellation of the dragon. So there is the wisdom of the herald, which is going to be more about the mundane, the physical aspect, the humanity, this type of thing. And the wisdom of the dragon is the more wide sense, the more galactic sense. So wisdom of the herald. The night has given way to the day as the light pours forth onto you, O radiant morning star. Release the shadows of night as you welcome the dawn of a new time. There is nothing left to do but grow. Feel the glow, yes, through the night. Through, I don't know. It's not through, it's like through, but without the air. To the night has ended, it will return again. Throw off the shroud of night and bask in the light of who you are. Darkness dissipates and your positive mind state means everything. So, and the thing I like because it implies this, the darkness, the night is not something that you have to fear. It's something that is going to protect you while you are discovering your own radiance. It's like the idea that when it's night, you can see the stars shine. And in the day, we don't see the star in the day. Because we have the sun, that is the closest star, that is making so much light, we don't see the other stars. So it's the idea that the night, how to say this? The night is going to protect you . 'Cause while you discover your own radiance, and when you have your own radiance, you understand your own power, your own radiance, who you are, you are as bright as all the stars. And so when the night falls and dawn comes, you're not hidden by the dawn. You're able to interact with the day. So it's like if you are learning to be able to interact with the day, this brighter part of your journey, you're first in this part of the night that is going to allow you to discover your own radiance without being, blinded, that there is too much brightness. And like it implies also, it's like you're going to have, like we see the day and the night. We don't have always the day or the night. Well, depending where we are on Earth, yes, not longer or shorter, but we have this passage of day, night, day, night, day, night. So it's like your night is ending and you're entering the dawn and the day, and maybe you're going to have a dusk and a night again, but it's a cycle, and it's always what is most beneficial for you. And especially with the resilience, it's like you've been in a moment of the night, so that you could understand your limits, make your choices, let go of, see everything, and let go of what you realize has not been beneficial for you. And now you're really standing up for yourself and in your path. So Wisdom of the Dragon, your constellation shine brightly under the cloak of night, but now it is time to surrender to an even brighter radiance as the sunlight pours forth in the dawn of the horizon. Surrender your light to merge with the power of the greater force as you realize all this lies within you. Lose yourself to gain the world. So it's like this idea that you are safe to come out of hiding, because the idea of the night is also a cloak that is hiding you, where the night, it's like it's a sort of cloak of invisibility, and so this is saying you can now enter the radiance, the brightness, and be seen, because you have learned, you have the courage and the confidence, and this is encouraging you to do this also. So what we call the Star Dragon Invocation is a way to work with the cards. Surrender the darkness that holds you back and limits your beautiful energy. Release any sense of powerlessness, of frustration, of hopelessness. Allow the radiance to illuminate your life in new ways that you never knew before. Let go and be restored. So it's the idea that, it's like also there can be things that are beneficial or not beneficial, and it's not going to change. And there are things that can change, that can be beneficial for you, but at some point they are not anymore. So it's the idea to both see what you might have allowed that is not beneficial for you, and what has been beneficial for you but is not anymore. And again, this is the idea of changing your perception. Your perception change also because you realize you can let go of certain things. And let's see, resilience. Finding your limits. Canis Major, Creator Dog. Sirius, Alpha Canis Majoris. So Wisdom of the Herald. Enough is enough. There comes a time where the fire within burns brightly with an intuition, shooting forth, it is time. Time to know when to quit. Baby, it's cold outside, look within for that inner warmth and knowledge of self. Set your boundaries, know your limits, feel what works for you right now. The outside world is irrelevant, the entire universe resides inside of you. So again, I have this sensation of other people or external influences that you want to, or you're already saying, stop. You want to place your own limits, your own boundaries, and really see yourself and bring this new perception of yourself that bring you this confidence, this courage, this dominance of your life. We are going to come to this and really bring back aspiration, and it's like feel this empowerment, this burning passion, the cards go well together. Yeah, like I said, this is really this idea of looking within also, that everything is within you, and yeah, to trust yourself, to be confident in yourself. Wisdom of the Dragon. Limits were made to be surpassed and finish line crossed. You know your limit, but after a certain point, you will re-emerge to tackle a new challenge, stronger and better than ever before. You bounce back. You are resilient. It's time to push it to the limit and beyond. So it's like, it's also the idea of choice. It's not saying that you should always push your limit. It's that if you want to push back again what is a limit, you can. Always. It's like, I like to say, something can be impossible right now, but it's always possible in the future. The impossible can only be real in the present moment, because it's a limit of the right now, but if you choose to, you can push the limit upward. And so it's like, that's why nothing is impossible, because it's not going to stay impossible. But the thing is that it's your choice. It isn't about other people telling you, or the society or anything. It's like, if it's because of other people that you think you have to push your limit, no. But if you want personally to increase, to grow, to have this thing where you feel you go further, you can. So we are going to go dominance. No, did I say... no, I forgot. Star Dragon Evocation. Setting boundaries and knowing your limit, when to say when, require a lot of self-reflection and meditation. Take time out of your day to establish what works for you. Listen to your inner voice, and once you have established your stance and retreated to safety, you can bounce back better than ever with resiliency, power and grace. It's about retreating within and then getting right back on the playing field when the time comes, being stoppable. So it's the idea that, yeah, like I said, you're really ensuring or wanting to ensure to really feel yourself and feel the perception and the ways that you can grow what you want to grow, and you can feel confident and brave, and you know, there's really this feel that you want to really be this, you want this power within you, to feel confident, to be inspired, to really... and it's like, it's also saying that it's natural to have the day and the night, to have the moments of going within and taking care of yourself, and the moment of interacting with the external. You know, it's like, it's ebb and flow, like we say, it's cycles, that are cycles, and it's like both are going to come and go. And the thing is, again, it's about you, your choices. No one should force you one way or another. And this goes to now dominance. And first I'm going to drink. Dominance, believing in yourself. So the constellation is Andromeda, and the star is Alpha Andromedae. So wisdom of the Herald. Shed all self-doubt as you sit perched upon a throne of strength and know your place with a slice mark. You have things covered, and you are the captain of your own ship. Wisdom of the Dragon. In any given moment, fire can rain down from your powerful jaws as you let the world hear your roar. Seize and lay siege to entire kingdoms with a simple sweep of your claws. Dominate every given situation. You are a mighty and powerful dragon, no war. Never slush, so evocation, never slush, never doubt. Puff out your chest and raise your posture up higher and higher. You can do this. You must believe in yourself and then exert that power outward. feel your inner strength and never back down. So it's like, it's not the idea that you're going to dominate everyone and you're going to tell everyone do this or that or that. It's the idea that, like I said, you're master of your own life. So in your own life and in every aspect that is you, that is for you, your own life, and all the situation, and you know, it's like, it's not about dominating the whole situation or the relation or things, it's about dominating what is yours to dominate. So for example, in a situation, you are part of a situation, so a part of the situation is yours to command. In a relationship, there is each relation is a bond between two people, and it's like you're dominant of what you can choose for yourself. Unless the other person is willing and is like truthfully saying, I want you to choose for me, this person is going to choose for themselves, but you can choose for yourself. And it's like, and this goes back to the easy option, being careful and sacrifice and everything. Unless you genuinely want to, you don't have to sacrifice yourself. If you're facing someone and it's like your needs and their needs are not matching, neither of you should sacrifice themselves. It should be the choice of each of you. And if neither of you wants to sacrifice themselves, it's like, is there a compromise between you two that you can find that allows you both to have your needs fulfilled, but you can feel at peace in this? Or is it more beneficial for both of you to put distance because you cannot have a compromise or a thing without sacrificing what you don't want to sacrifice? So it's like in your own life, in every part that is yours to command, you are the commander, you are the king, the queen, the royal, the master. And invention, burning with passion. So the constellation is Centaurus, and the star is Rigil Centaurus Alpha Centauri. So feel the fire of passion and vital energy arise from your core. Time to take action. Time to burn with vitality. Allow your passion to rise to the surface as you prepare to embark on a new endeavor fueled by the deepest core of your being. Let it burn bright and strong just like the star. So this just goes back to travel, because there is a travel of going within, there is a travel of a project, because you know we always speak that we have paths, and so it's the idea of a figurative travels. What is this path going to bring you for where? I'm going to manage to speak. And again, there can be the physical travel. But I see a lot of the idea of figurative travels within or within a project, a path, choices, perception. So, from your very core, invention pours out of you, racing to fill the dark night sky with light and energy untold. Create, be fulfilled, masterfully craft your vision as you bring something new to life. There is no room for shyness or hesitancy. Master your craftsmanship and harness your creative brilliance. The time is now. So again, there is this idea that there is something you want to do, and you're ensuring this, and it's also the idea that what you're doing is bringing you into the day. You were in the night, and in the night you are able to reflect on yourself and figure out what you want to do, and now it's ensuring and pushing you forward, and you are entering the day and doing what you want to do and bringing to life this. And there is again this idea of good luck and peace that are there for you. So invocation. Undertake a new creative endeavor that fills you with passion and excitement. This must be something that exhilarates you to the core. Tackle the new project, create something amazing, dazzle the world with your masterful brilliance. Shine your light with a vengeance as your vision comes to life. So again, this is the idea that you want to want. It's like, this is the idea of the Ace of Fire, the Inspiration Crystal, the Burning with Passion. it's all this idea that you want to do this, and so it's burns, and this fire inside you, you can make it become this radiance, this brilliance, and put it forward to plant your seed and grow. So this is really, so setting down and going back to the idea that this energy entering right now, either because it has been entering for a while, so this speaks to you as, yes, I am doing this, or this is something that is entering that is the consequence of a few things. So for example, if you start doing inner healing to heal yourself, or you start having ideas, this is showing a bit of what is going to come from this. And it's like, if you hear this and I say, yes, I want, well, you just have to say this, yes, I want this. So this can be confirmation, a little bit of insight of how it's going to evolve, and it's a sort of cheering up for me. This is like cheering you up, and this is the idea of good luck. It's like you can do this, and this is all the way that the energies are entering for this. So, and with the legacy, there is the idea that this is what you're going to... It's either that you want to leave a legacy, or the idea that everything that is going to be shared or seen by others is going to create this legacy of who you've been. But what matters is who you are right now and who you want to be. So it's like, again, this perception of everything. How do you view yourself? How do you view the world? How do you view your belief? What is non-physical and visible, unknown, the mystery? And what do you want with, you know, if I speak of good luck, of peace, of confidence, of courage, of creativity, of being the master of your own life, what does it mean for you? It's like, I can speak the messages, but what matters is what speaks to you, and what is it that you perceive for yourself, and how does it speak to you? But it's really a very encouraging thing. It's like there's really this powerful feel, and it's like the idea that the peace card has come out is that this is what is going to bring peace to you, and this is what matters also. You want to find what is going to be peaceful in the sense that when you want and you do this, you feel at peace, because this is a bit of a, yes, you know, it's like, it's a relief, it's soothing, it's calm, it's peace. Even if you're burning with passion, or you're moving forward and full of energy, you're at peace because you feel safe. You feel safe. Safety and calmness and peace are connected deeply. So you feel safe, and you are doing what you want, and it's really this place of, you've taken your place, you know your place, you know your barriers, your boundaries, what you want and don't want, what you allow and don't allow. And like I love to say, it's the idea that you can accept and respect someone else, the choice of someone else, who they are, a situation, things. You can accept, for example, that there is something you cannot control or be the master of in a situation. You accept, you respect, because this allows you to see them instead of blinding yourself. And then you can say, I permit or I don't permit. It's like you can accept and respect something, but you don't have to allow it or permit it or anything. And so it's like you take your place, you know your place, you know your power, you know your limits, you know your boundaries, and it's like you choose when you want to change your boundaries. You know, it's like maybe you have boundaries that is saying, I don't want this, and maybe as you grow, you say, no, I can want this. And the same way that the limits are, this is impossible for me right now, for any reason, but if I want, this is something I can grow, and it become possible, and the next impossible is the next limit, and again can grow. And it's just all about you, the power within you, your confidence and your courage. And of course, this is why there is a card of confidence. For everything, for all of this, you need to feel confident about yourself. You know, it's like to see that the power is within you, that you have this power inside you. That no one can be the master of your life, of yourself, unless you genuinely want it. And it's like, again, genuinely authentic. And I like to say that you need to be free first before you can choose to not be free. It's like, because if you're not free at all, you don't know if you would like to be free. But if you're free and then you say, but I don't like this, I prefer when someone else is controlling me, no, it's genuine. It's the same way that if in a situation, and like I said, this can speak of, I speak in general, but it can be, for example, a specific thing. It's like, let's say a project, if you have multiple things to do in your path, in your project, in your activity, there can be things that you want to do yourself, and things that once you can choose for yourself, you're like, I would like someone else to do this for me. But again, it's the idea that you need, you want, this is beneficial for you, this is what helps you really grow and feel at peace with yourself. It's the idea that you take your space and you place your barriers and you accept and respect your limits and choose when to push them. And no one else should try to constrict you or force you to anything. You have your space, and this space, you are the dominant of it, you are the master of it, and it is your right to protect your space, to protect yourself, to protect your choices, to enforce your boundaries, because this is what is just for you. So yeah, this is really... And the idea of perception is that the way you perceive should, you know, it's like your emotion, your belief, your views, your perception, you want to place them all together, assess them, and you want to find the way they bring you peace. Because the sensation of peace, to feel calm with it, safe with it, happy with it, is an indicator that it's fitting for you. It's the idea, for example, of how do you interpret something that you perceive. So, for example, you have the perception. For me, perception is the perception of our senses and the physical sensation. So this is the thing that you don't control, because you don't control how your eyes see, you don't control your sense of touch, you don't control what you hear, you don't control the physical sensations that are going to come. So it's all about the belief and the view, how do you interpret them, and the emotion, what emotions are caused, and again, how do you interpret them? It's like, if a physical sensation brings you fear, how do you interpret it? You know, it's like, and for me, for example, an example that of view, of belief, of interpretation that can help is that fear is temporary, is meant to tell you there is maybe a danger, look, see if it's a real danger or not, and if it is a real danger, how to find a solution. And for me, what happens is that you feel frightened, you feel the fear, so it makes you notice, and you don't want to stay in the state of fear, because fear only knows to notice and to stare at something. You're frozen in staring. So then you let it dissolve. It can linger, but it's not the actual fear anymore. And instead, you have this sense of wariness, of being careful, and it's not. And this is why you want to use different words. You don't want to say it's still a fear, because then you're going to mix up fear and wariness. Wariness can feel similar to fear, but it's not fear. It's like you're worried, you're careful, but you're starting to consider, is this really dangerous or not? What can I do? And this sort of thing. And it's the way of believing, viewing, that is taking into account the emotion and the perception, and finding a way that feels safe and peaceful and satisfactory to interact with this type of perception and this type of feeling and emotion. So this is all this type of thing. The same way, how do you interpret why you need the boundaries? And because it's like, it's not about justifying yourself. It's not about that you need excuses, you need to make people understand. No. The only person that truly needs to understand is you. Because the more you do understand yourself, the more you understand why you might need a boundary, why you have a limit and choosing if you want or not to push at it, and how you can take your place and choose for yourself and all this type of thing. So, I think this is everything. So yeah, this is really, like I said, this can be something that you're like, yes, this is what is happening for me. This is like, yes, a few things are the few choices I've started, or even ideas I've started to have, and you can see, oh, you can do it moving forward, or it's like, oh yes, I want this. I'm trying to make sure everything has come through me. So the idea of grounding this card is a reminder of, and because there are earth-based cards and fire, it's really this idea of having all this energy, all this fire, all this vitality, this patience, this dominance, all this confidence, this creativity. You know, it's really very vitality, sparks and everything, and to keep it, but also to ground it and be grounded and be centered, and really be able to choose where you want to direct it. What do you want to do? Yeah. And it's like also the idea of changing your perception of the night, of darkness, of shadows, to see this as, like I said, it's protecting you, it's helping you see your own power, your own radiance, so that you can feel prepared when you walk into the dawn and into the day. And if at some point you're too tired to stay in the day, the dusk is going to come and bring you back in the night. Both the night and the day, the light and the darkness, have beneficial aspects, and it's always going to be beneficial as long as no one is forcing you. And the same way, if you fear one or the other, or you have, it's not even about fear or anything. If you feel fear, you want to ask why. If you reject one idea or another or something, why? And it's like, if you find an answer that is satisfactory for you, it means that right now, the feeling or the thinking or the belief or anything is beneficial for you right now. It's like, maybe you're going to hear this and you're going to truthfully say, no, I don't want to go out of the night. And this can mean that you want to prepare for all this, but you know, it's like, because we speak of energies, it can be that you're going to go into the day and really work and ensure and realize, manifest, make real these energies, or you're going to cultivate the energies but staying in the night. You know, it's like, depending how you want to move forward, it can be that you're going to, because the night is very good for the inner. It's like, the way I see it is that when the night is around you, is wrapping around you, is going to protect you from the external. It's like, it's way easier to... yes, so my tablet cut the thing, because I think it can only record 1 hour by an hour. So yeah, I was saying the night is going to wrap around you and is going to make it much easier to be by yourself instead of having the energies and things of others and the external pushing at you or influencing you. So this is the idea that you can be stepping forward into the day, really going into this way of doing and really having this energy become real for you, or even more real, or the idea of staying in the night and understanding the energies, understanding what you want to do, what you can do yourself, your space, your limits. And it's like, for example, if you have a project, it's the idea of working on the ideas, on the plan, on this type of thing, and it's like really having this way of really understanding the energies, and then when you feel, you understand and you feel ready truthfully yourself, that's when you choose to go into the day and to make them real. You know, it's like all these cards speak of a path. You know, they're like, that's why I say they can speak in different ways. They speak of the start, when you start to, you choose, I want this. They speak of being in the night, and this way of understanding yourself, your perception, your belief, your views, your plans, your ideas, everything, your place, your limits, etc. And they speak of the moment where you would say, I understand, I want to realize this energy now to make them real. And that's when you step in that day idea where you really ensure these energies, plant your seed, grow your seed, and the planting and growing of seed can be done in the night also. But it's like you really grow even more, plant even more, and it's starting to bring results, and you start to really feel it. And it's like your... and the thing is that, that's why I like to say cultivate, is that, for example, confidence, your self-confidence is going to be a first choice, I want to feel self-confident. Then it's going to be understanding yourself, finding the way you can feel confident, starting to feel confident, and then continuing to feel confident and find the way that make you feel confident. So yeah, and bravery, and it's like self-confidence, courage, being the master of your own life, all this idea of inspiration is within you. And the thing is that everything is within us, and when we choose something truthfully, the potential that is within us rise to become something real within you. Your choice plant a seed asking for a potential to become reality inside you. And then all you do, these energies are going to cultivate and grow this potential that you have chosen. So, so there is enormous power in this, because what you choose is going to be, you not only can you choose what you want, you can also change your choice anytime. It's like if you're growing something and you're like, I want to something different, you can, nothing stops you but yourself. The only limits is yourself, because only you is the master of your own life. So it's like, yes, like we said, something can be impossible right now, but it's the idea that you understand it's just a limit that you have right now that you can choose to push. But no one else and nothing external can choose for you unless you choose for it. Choose it like this. So the same way, no one is stronger than you unless you choose to consider they are. So all it takes is saying, I don't want this person to be stronger than me. So you choose, no, they are not stronger than me. And you choose and you say, in myself, my own life, all that I am the master of, I can choose. So yeah, this is everything. So I hope this has been helpful in any way. So I didn't expect to speak for 1 hour. So this has probably been unlisted videos that I've linked in the introduction. Because if I do this for every pile, I'm not going to make a video that is 4 hours. So yes. So I wish you grace and gratitude. And I've mentioned this in the introduction, but if you want maybe something more personal, you can ask for personal readings in my personal spiritual site. Like I do this, you know, to have something that is easier to access and make you see a little bit how I speak. But yeah, if you want something more personal, you can ask me for a personal reading. Or even speak, you know, ask. Because I can do intuitive, you know, I don't always need the cards. Because for me, it's like as much spiritual as psychology and having observed people. So I wish you grace and gratitude. I hope this has been helpful and see you around.